Hello and welcome to my vvvv Gamma graphic tutorial. So in today's tutorial, I'm gonna share how to do audio reactive stuff using Stride engine, which is a 3D engine in vvvv Gamma. If you're interested in doing audio reactive stuff on 2D engine, please watch my previous tutorial, which explains how it works. Today, it's dedicated for 3D stuff. Okay, so let's get started. So if you haven't installed vvvv Gamma, this is a great tool. Please make sure to download the stable recent version because some of the stuff have different names on the previous version. And also, please make sure you install vl.audio NuGet from NuGet.org, this one. And if you don't know how to install NuGet into vvvv Gamma, please watch my previous tutorial that explains how to do so. I'll put the link below so that you can follow that. Yep, and the rest is if you haven't followed my previous tutorial, we also need to install ASIO for All audio driver, which is basically the software that routes your input. Like, for example, if you're playing music in your computer, like Spotify or whatever, you need a driver or like, I don't know, like a pipeline to get that audio input into vvvv Gamma, and this is the one that does so. So ASIO for All driver, this one is also needed. I'll put the link below as well. And last, for the last, Voicemeeter Banana is the software I use, and with this one you can route, for example, an audio input, like line input, and then you can dedicate like, okay, comes out from this output. And also there is a virtual input that you can read inside vvvv Gamma. So later on I'll explain about this, but for example, I'm gonna be reading this Voicemeeter AUX, and this one, I think it comes from A1, which is this output, which is my speaker, blah blah blah. So I'm getting my microphone into this speaker, and then I'm routing that into Voicemeeter AUX so that I can read my microphone and the music input in vvvv. So that's how I'm routing all the entire audio. Okay, so after your setup is done, we're getting into the vvvv Gamma part. So first of all, we need a renderer to preview the 3D scene. However, in vvvv, as I also explained in my previous tutorial, there's no renderer in default, and this is because they don't want to make the entire vvvv slow on turning it on. So, and today we're going to be using a 3D engine, which is called VL Stride, which is this one. So please click this, and then if you type renderer, we still don't see because renderer is in a different name in vvvv in Stride, and it's called scene window. So if you type scene window, you should be able to see something like this, which is the renderer or the scene window. And I have it hidden somewhere, so I need to get it out, but I can't. Weird. Okay, yep, I got it out. Here, and it could be on this side. Okay, so scene window is the name for the render. Here you can specify cameras. I'll need a camera later on, but yeah, for example, here you can change the title. So right now it's called Stride, but if I change vvvv Gamma graphics tuto, then you can change the name of the window here. And if you also want to set this window, like for example full screen, then there is a node called set window state, and this one can be connected right below the scene window. And what it does is that you can specify, okay, is it resizable or mouse visible or whatever. I'm not going to go deep with that, but if you're interested in specifying, okay, in this window I wanted the full screen without this tab, and then this is the node to go. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to be doing is I'll add an FFT node, and this one is also not here in default. And then in intro, I explained that you would need a NuGet from VL Audio, and this is the reason why. If you don't have it, you probably won't see anything here if you type FFT. But if you type FFT, then there is a VL Audio in the present box. If you unpack this, then you should be able to see FFT as a node. So here at the moment I don't have any output. Oh, wait a second, let me turn on the application manager. No, document. Oh, Windows. Oh, it's not here anymore. I thought there was some sort of like mouse cursor explanation, but anyway, right now FFT doesn't have any input, and this is because I also need to specify the driver, audio driver, and there is a node called driver setting. So we need to set up this one right now. So the driver audio device is default, but mine's, as I explained, mine is virtual ACO, I guess, or it might be AUX virtual ACO. And then if I type an audio in node, this should get some sort of, it's not getting anything. Voice meter AUX. It's not getting anything. Virtual ACO. Okay, now yeah, it's reading my microphone in. And right now, as you can see, it has our two output, which is our left and right. So I don't need both of them, so I'll just use a node called get slice here, and then get only one output from the audio, and then I should be able to connect everything into FFT. Okay, now as you can see, my FFT is working and it's outputting 256 spreads of audio values. You can change that amount right here, like with the buffer size, but I'm not going to change this right now. I'll just keep it as 256. And then I'm going back to my scene window, and then today I want to connect I don't know, boxes, like 256 boxes. To do so in Stride, you will need a root scene. Now basically this is the render window. This is like sort of like, how to say, like the master layer or something. You always need to use this node to design a scene, for example. And then I'm gonna add a skybox light. This one adds a box light. So now, as you can see, if I turn, if I left click here, I can already change my camera view. Right now it's a bit hard to see, so I'll put a box. There is a node called box. And then if I put this one and then I connect this one to the root scene, now that you can see, there is a box right here, and it's getting affected by the skybox light. I also want to add some sort of like directional light here, so I'll go with skybox grouping, and then so I'll call this one a group of light, so directional light. Yep. And I'll surround this frame, and then I'll call this guy light. So this is the group, light group. So once it's surrounded like this, I can connect, I can drag the light groups wherever I want. Okay, so now that I got a box right here, I want these boxes to react to the audio. And to do so, basically, what you can do is you just have to create a spread of boxes. And here I would need SRT, transform SRT, and then 3D transform, and then connect this one to the box. And then I want to change the translation and then the scaling later on as well. So I'll put these pins, and then I'll right click by selecting all 4 of these, and then surround for each, and I'll put these guys into for each loop because I want to repeat these boxes 256 times. And then I'll connect the box output to the splicer so that it gets 250 boxes, 256 boxes out. And then I'll use a node called group spectral to group all these 255 boxes as one object or one layer. Then I'll add a node called circular spread. Circular spread, yes, circular spread. And this one outputs a vector 2, and for 3D scene I need a vector 3, so I'm going to add a node called XYZ with I don't need y-axis, so x, y, small y, and z, and then I'll connect this circular spread to x, y, z, first input, and then this one to the translation. Last, I'll change this circular spread value to 256. Oh, and I also need to change the width. Okay. So now, as you can see, I've got 256 boxes in a 3D scene. The boxes are a little bit too big, so I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is 256 boxes in a 3D scene. However, this might be too heavy for some of you, and that's because it's basically only using CPU power to repeat 256 times. And instead of that, I actually want to use GPU for this because 256 is already quite heavy. So I'm going to add a node called from value. Should be spread. Yep. Then I should be able to connect this one to the components. Yep. Oh, by the way, to do this, so this from value, and there is a node called enhancements spread components. So by using these two nodes, and this one is from value is a node that converts value to a GPU, whatever. So here, so this instancing spread components can actually, this will automatically just convert all the transform input to a GPU value and then give all of them to these boxes. And as you can see, the input right here is an instance transformation. So I need to add a spread of matrix here. So I need to change the logic here a little bit. So what I have to do is I'll press a space and then drag box from value instance spread components out of this for each loop. Because what I want to do is I want to connect this transform SRT to the instancing spread components. And then I'm gonna delete this group node as well because I don't need it anymore. I should be able to connect these boxes directly to the root scene. And this is because this box is not outputting 256 boxes anymore. It's already grouped by an instance. So it's basically, this guy only knows that I'm just one something, but this instance spread components has all these 256 values, and it does some GPU magic inside it so that you don't really need to have that group spectrum node anymore for this guy. Okay, so now this should be a little bit lighter. It's still 24 FPS, that's weird. Anyway, so now that I got 256 circular spread, the last thing I have to do is I just want to adjust this FFT output to the Y scaling of the box. What I would be doing here is I'll add a node called vector 3D join, and then I'll change the Y and the Z input to some 0.0 something, 0.14. Let's see. Let me change the entire. Okay. And then I'll connect this FFT out to the for each input splicer, and then I'm connecting that to the Y input of the scale of the box. As you can see right now, I've got a very minimal actually audio reactive circle. Is this correct? 256. Yep, we're right. I think the microphone value is very limited, so I would need to play some sort of music here. Let me find out something. Dropbox. Or maybe I can also do something different. I'll change the dB range to like 12. Oh wait, yeah, 128. This is better. Then as you can see, if I make some noise here, It actually is hearing some sort of noise all the time. That's weird. Let me check what is happening. Yep, so as you can see now it's working quite fine. I'll just put this back to 64 so that it's a bit easier to see. And I'm also going to turn off the skybox background because I don't need this color. Yep, maybe I can multiply the input of FFT like 3 times or 4 times, so that's more clear that it's reacting to the pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the music. Yeah, so as you can see, it's working pretty good. The visual is actually reacting to the audio. So yeah, this is pretty much it. For the rest of the time, I just keep playing around with this. Okay, so this is the result I got for today. It looks pretty okay. I added some post effects and fog a little bit just to get some sort of like a gradient, but a little bit different color on it. So change it. I'm also using the gradient background here. It's not the skybox light because it looks a bit obvious. And adding some linear spread on top of circular spread so that I can repeat the same thing as a ring as well. So yeah. Yeah, that was it for today. Thanks for watching. It will be very helpful if you can subscribe to my channel. Yeah, see you next time.